Hello, today's topic is 2.4 multiplying integers. We're going to use a raised dot or brackets or parentheses to express multiplication today. We're going to learn how to multiply integers and the rules, and then we're going to identify properties of multiplication. I really like this graphic because it shows us at a glance everything we need to know about multiplying and dividing integers. The rules for multiplying integers are if the signs are the same, the answer is positive. And if the signs are different, the answer is negative. So that can be very helpful for us when multiplying integers. So we have two things to remember when we're looking for the product or the answer for multiplication. If the signs are alike, meaning if they're positive times positive or negative times negative, the answer will become positive. If the signs are different in any order, negative times positive or positive times negative, then your answer will be negative. Let's look at some examples that show us the properties of multiplication. What I mean by properties of multiplication is we know that we can multiply numbers in any order if we only have multiplication. So for example 1, you could multiply 4 times 2 or 2 times 3 first or 3 times, 3 times 4 first. The order doesn't matter when multiplying. But what we want to do here is pay special attention to our integer rules. So for these examples, I'm going to work left to right just because I find it easier to stick with my signs that way. But like I said, you can multiply in any order. I'm going to multiply negative 4 times positive 2 first. You can see that the signs are different. When the signs are different, the answer will be negative. So this will be a negative 8. Now I can go ahead and multiply negative 8 times negative 3, and now the signs are the same. So when the signs are the same, the answer will be positive. So we will end up with a positive 24. Example 2, I'm going to show the exact same way. I prefer to work left to right when I have chain multiplication like this. Negative 3 times positive 5, because the signs are different, the result here will be negative 15, multiplied by negative 2. Now the signs are the same, so the answer will be positive 30. And now we're going to multiply positive 30 by negative 1. Signs are different, so the answer will be a negative 30. For example 3, you can see that there's no symbols showing multiplication. We only have parentheses or brackets stacked one upon each other. This signals to us that it's a multiplication problem. Again, you can work in any order. You can do 3 times 5, get an answer, and 2 times 1, get an answer, and multiply them together. You can go backwards, forwards, in any order you like. I'm going to stick with my usual, working left to right. Negative 3 times positive 5, negative 15, times negative 2 equals positive 30, times negative 1 equals negative 30. So it's the same question as above in our video, but the look is slightly different, and we could switch these numbers around and still result in a negative 30 answer. So let's look at what we've learned so far. We've learned that if you have a positive times a positive, same signs, the answer will be positive. If you have a negative times a negative, the signs are the same, so your answer will change to become positive. If you have a negative times a positive, the signs are different, your answer will be negative. And a positive times a negative works the same way. The signs are different, so your answer will be negative. Remember that brackets together means to multiply, and a raised dot as well means to multiply. Let's go ahead and do the do together. We can see we have 2 times 3 for all 4 questions, but depending on the sign, and we can notice the symbols, they all look slightly different, so we have to take them one at a time. For number 1, we have 2 times 3, and both of these numbers are positive, so the answer is going to be positive just like we would expect. For number 2, we have negative 2 times 3, so we have different signs, so our answer here will be negative. For number 3, we have parentheses, but it's still multiplication, and we can see we have a positive 2 times a negative 3, so our answer will be negative due to the different signs. Number 4, we see a raised dot. We have a negative times a negative, which will result in a positive, and you can write it with a plus sign in front or just by itself like we did in number 1. Both of those answers show positive answer. So now you're ready to do exercise 2.4, and if you encounter any difficulties as usual, you can email me.